a drone video of an extremely cool property at Cedar Gap Hollow near Springfield, Missouri. This is tract 32. We're up in the air. We're looking basically facing northerly, looking at the property. The white truck is parked near the road on the south side, and we're looking northerly onto the property, which sits to the north of the road on the bottom and to the left or the west of the road that you see going up the screen on the side there. You can see that creek winding across the property. One of the neatest features we've ever seen on property is that creek that just winds back and forth on the property. It's as we just mentioned, it's about a 6-acre property. It's a little over that. It was surveyed with the corners marked a couple years ago. So about 6 acres, but the amount of creek frontage it has is tremendous. If you actually count it up and add both sides of the frontage, which is what people have always done for the last several years, then it has roughly a quarter mile of actual creek frontage, which I don't think we've ever seen anything even close to that until you get up to the 60 or 80 acre size range. But this has it on a 6-acre property. Taking a look down at the creek there. I think we have a ground video of the creek as well. I hope so, because it's so pretty. Just to walk up that creek bed and look at the different fossils and rock formations. It seems like a really old, really ancient creek bed, judging by the different types of rocks and fossils and stuff in there. So tract 32 is extremely private. It's toward the northwest part of Cedar Gap Hollow. You want a 4-wheel drive for any tracks at Cedar Gap Hollow, but especially this stuff back toward the northwest, like this tract. And here we're just kind of taking a look at basically the southern part. The southern part is, we're facing west looking at the southern part. You can see the white truck on the left, which is parked right by the easement road. And the southern part is more or less level. You can see the main creek on the right. You can see kind of a channel of a creek on the left. So although there is some level ground on that south side, to use it as a camping area or an area to build might be tricky, because for one thing, you'd have to kind of work around that creek. And for another thing, one would sure think at times that creek could get high, and you would not want your camp or your home to be down there. The better idea would be to go to the north on the property where it rises up. And we're kind of drifting northerly now as we look east. And on the left, that's going to be the north side of the property. It's somewhat triangular in shape. You can look at the aerial map to see, but it's the widest down on the south where the creek frontage is, and then it, as you go up to the north, gets a little less wide. And obviously it's going to be the lowest where the creek is. As you go to the north, it rises up and then levels off again at the top. And now we're taking a look at the area. We're looking to the south. That's actually Highway 60 off in the distance. Not that road in the middle, but way back by that little lake. It's Highway 60. So Highway 60 will take you straight west into Springfield. This property is about 35 miles east of Springfield. And we're just checking out that north side of the property. So it does have the gravel easement road system that borders the south side, which is where the white truck was parked, and then borders the east side as well. And there he's just zooming in, trying to get a good look at that northern part. We thought that might be a nice spot to do a private campsite or a building site. You're going to have basic setbacks off the road and some other very basic property covenants, but Cedar Gap Hollow is a homesteader-friendly development, which basically means there's no minimum square footage size on your structure, and there's not a requirement of a concrete foundation, so you don't need a slab or a basement or a stem wall or anything. You could use a tiny home or potentially one of the portable cabins or sheds or whatnot. You have a lot of options out here. Look at all the different trees. Those bright white looking trees are sycamores, which are gorgeous, and you generally only find them right by a good water source. Looking at the creek there. It's a safe bet that this creek does not flow all year. It seems like just about any time we've been out here, there's been some amount of water in the creek, but we're never going to call a small creek year round because we don't want people to count on using that for a water source and then it doesn't run for who knows what reason. So we'll just say it's a creek that's been there probably several thousand years and runs quite a bit of the time. So now we're facing northerly toward the east side of the property. That road you see on the right goes up the east side. So yeah, definitely a four-wheel drive truck or SUV. Not only to have the four-wheel drive, but also to have the little extra clearance that you'll get with that, because you are likely to have some roads that are less than perfect with the gravel minimum maintenance easement road system. But with that, you get the privacy that goes along with it. So this is going to be a very nice property for someone that wants some privacy, wants to be out by the wildlife, would like a creek. We have not explored it. We have found a lot of springs in this area, so there could be spring. There's something feeding that creek, whether it's on the property or further to the west, we don't know. But there could be some springs in that hillside. Just a gorgeous tract. It's fun to just try to count all the different species of trees on here. Just in this picture, there must be 8 or 10 different species. We found certainly walnut out here and chestnut trees, red oak, white oak, sycamore by the creek. The guys have found fruit trees, they found persimmon trees. I mean, it's awesome. That creek is nice and clear too. You can see straight to the bottom. Big gravel bar right there, that's cool. Gorgeous tract. Again, this is tract 32 at Cedar Gap Hollow. Everything we sell on our website, we sell with instant owner financing. You can go to InstantAcres.com, and that is our website. We keep that current and up to date. Sometimes we leave the videos on YouTube after a property's been sold because the buyers want to be able to continue to view their property videos and to share them with their friends and family. So if you want to check availability, just go straight to the website, InstantAcres.com. To check on this property, you would want to go to Cedar Gap Hollow, which would be in the homesteader-friendly developments, and then click on that and you'll be able to see if it's available. Or you can give us a call in the office, or you can shoot us an email. But first stop probably would be our website at sales@instantacres.com.